Yeah, if anybody's out there, sorry I'm late. My overhead camera decided to turn off and not want to turn back on, so I had to reboot the computer. Yeah, it takes a few seconds, so... a few minutes, I should say. Wow, there's a lot of YouTube stuff happening today I gotta go check out. Oh, that's what happens when you're at a convention all day long. You miss out on a lot of stuff. Anyway, alright, let me send out some notifications real quick. Not like me. Yeah, I'll do a quick. And tweeted. Facebook and tweeted. Hey! Hey, Avery, how's it going, man? Oh, I'm so tired. It was a long day today. It was a good show, but a long day. Ah. You want to know something funny? My biggest and best sale was to somebody we both know. It was to Tony from House of Comics. He's the one that bought my New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool. He came by to say hi and asked me how much, and I said, for you, anything. Alright, let me get my page out here. This is the page we're working on tonight. Oh, let's put this up here. Oh, go. Oh, did you live stream today at all? Avery? Let me check my notifications, see if you did. Load more. It doesn't look like you did, man. That's alright. Oh. Yeah, I was at a convention. I wasn't going to be there to watch. It's a very, very small convention. But the one good thing is that when I don't know if it's for the entire area, but when I got there this morning, when Mike and I got there this morning, we parked right next to the building and there was no parking fees. So that's a good thing. Last year at the Morocco Shrine they charged. So turn this down. Just give me a little music and oh. Whew. I was concerned. Ah. No, I understand that too. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something else I needed. I'm running late because my camera decided to turn off and then wouldn't start, so I had to restart the whole computer to kind of kick it in the ass and get it moving. Man, oh, I'm so sorry. Tomorrow's gonna be an even longer day. Tomorrow's the 10 to 6. Plus I need to be there a little early, so it'll be a long, long day. I had originally planned to take my nephew with me, but I don't think I'm going to take him. Simply because I think he'll be bored out of his mind and he's not going to want to sit for 8+ hours. So It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm already at my limit for my data on my phone, so. Well, for some reason, YouTube's saying my video's not working. Come on. My OBS is saying it's just fine. Damn it. Let's try that. Didn't make a difference. My OBS is saying it's streaming just fine. It's YouTube that's saying it's not getting a signal. This is probably not going to work tonight. You know what? I'm tired. I may give up. So you're still seeing me. Okay, well, it's you know where it has up in the corner where it says you're live? It's got a red dot and says it's giving me this message, video output low. All right, well, if you're seeing me, I'm going to keep going. All right, that works. Ugh. We may make this a short night. I may not go the full hour, but whatever. But like I said, I was originally planning on taking my nephew tomorrow. He's only 9, and he's going to be bored out of his absolute frickin' mind. So I think there's a good chance he's going to stay at the house with Auntie Jen. And trust me. Really? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Screw it, you know. I'm recording it anyway, so I'm still gonna make another video out of it. So, one way or another, a video is getting made. You know. Oh, I had a interesting interaction. A guy came up to the table and started looking at some of the trades and hardcovers and all, and he found a few that he said he was interested in, but he was going to come back later. And I said, okay, no problem. And he put them aside, or he put them in the back of the box, so it's no big deal. I mean, whatever. He didn't ask me to hold them or nothing. So, and then he came back later, and he got a whole stack of stuff. And he says, you don't have any of my stuff. And I'm like, who are you? Turns out it was one of the guest artists, Clay Mann. He does a lot of work on DC, and I know he worked at Marvel at one point, but he does work with DC now. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and I said, yeah, I don't have any of your work. I think I had an X-Men trade at one point with his work, but if I had it at one point, I no longer have it, and that just means I sold it. So, but he bought a whole bunch of stuff, trades and hardbacks and so forth, and I gave him a good deal. At least I hope I gave him a good deal. But that was kind of cool. But I didn't know who he was. It's kind of funny to have a professional come up to you and check out your stuff, and you have no idea who he is. Oh. But he bought one of the things he bought from me. You remember how DC did the hardcover trades with the Blu-ray and the DVD movies for the animated movies? Well, I had gotten that for the Justice League, the Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly, Earth 2 one, and I had originally had the trade. I mean, not the trade, but the hardcover of it. So I had now had 2 hardcovers, and he bought one of them. So. Yeah, it would have. I do have Hero on display at the table, but it's up at the top, and I'm really not pushing it. You know, I had one person come by that asked about book 2, and I'm like, because he had bought it from me, he had bought Hero book 1 from me previously, and at the show previously, and I told him I'd sold out, but I'd be getting more, and I told him about the website and so forth. But you know, it's one of those things where you ain't got the money to have shit on hand, you ain't got the money. But sales were really good today. I was rather happy. Tony was telling me he did really well too. He made back. He has 2 tables and a big section, and he said he made back the money for the tables before the show even started, selling to other dealers. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. But my goal is always to make back the table, and I did that today. So that's not too bad. So, making back the table is the first step to having a successful show. And I did that today, so. I don't know if I'll have a chance to walk around and actually see what's going on at the show, but it'd be nice to be able to, but I don't know if that's going to even happen. Mike found a few dealers that he was going to go back to on Sunday, because he doesn't have to be at work till 5. He's going to come and be there for at least a few hours and maybe help me load up some stuff and clear some stuff out. But I'm not too worried about it. A second, I know I've got another reference picture around here somewhere. I tell you what, these are some really ugly creatures. They have Artist Alley in a separate section of the building, which is what they did last year. And it's very cramped back there. There's not a lot of room to move around. And I am just so glad I didn't waste time getting an Artist Alley table. They said, vendor table available? I said, that's what I want. Give me a vendor table. That way I can bring all sorts of crap with me. We probably have the most amount of stuff we've ever brought to a show, at one show, at the table right now, so I'm going to try to go through and see if there's anything else I can grab. But I had a lot of repeat customers come back and buy stuff and then come back and buy more stuff. That is not a issue. I like that. I know I texted with Jason earlier, and he said he would probably show up, so I'm hoping he shows up eventually. That's the thing. All my friends who come and watch my streams, they all have lives, you know? You and Jason and Todd. Even if it's a boring life, you still have a life. So Avery, anything good going on today? Anything new and interesting happening? I see I missed out on a lot of YouTube videos from some of the subscribers we follow, so I don't know if there's anything interesting going on in the world of comics and YouTube yet, but I'll check that out a little later. But yeah, okay. That whole Dan Jergens thing was really stupid. It's almost like they can't find anything newsworthy to report on, so they just find something that's stupid and frivolous, and they try to make it into a story. I don't know why I'm surprised, but No, I made enough money today to cover the table, which in turn will be the money that goes towards paying my ticket. So I'm happy about that. Still haven't done that yet, but I'll do it eventually. I still got time. Told Mike, I said, if I make enough money, the first thing I'm going to do is go buy some new movies. I haven't made enough money to do that yet, but it's definitely a goal, you know. Got to keep growing the Voodoo account, right? Oh, you probably appreciate this, Avery. I was telling my mom that I liked buying the steelbook cases and then adding the movies to my digital library. She goes, "I've seen your digital library. I'm not impressed." It's like, damn, Mom. She goes, "It's a bunch of crap." And I said, "Well, it's all stuff I like and stuff the wife likes." Oh, well. I will openly admit that some of the things I buy is really crap. I think that's the point in the conversation where Michael brought up the Fantastic Four, by the way. You'd be proud of him, because you know he did throw me under the bus very quickly with that one. But luckily, most of my family's like, "What is he talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, God. Thank God you people don't know what he's talking about." One of the mistakes I made today is I didn't bring my sketchbook with me, because you know at every convention there's always that lull where it's really slow and you got nothing else better to do. And I am definitely going to remedy that situation tomorrow. The only problem is if I do a lot of work at the show, you know, working on Hero or doing layouts or character designs, it's not on video. No, you'd call it completely and utterly justified. I really don't want to fill this all in because there's really nothing there. I'm just going to fill it in like that. I had a moment of panic when I got home today after the show. I was expecting the wife to be home, and she wasn't here. She didn't leave me a note or nothing. Michael, when he left the show early, went and picked up his mom, and they went to a movie. They went to a movie without me, but that's alright. But I just didn't know where they were. And of course, neither one of them answered their phone because they were, you know, at a movie. They turned their phones off. But I get nervous like a dad, you know. Oh, well. He's off today. Oh, you asked where. Oh, all right. I'll text you that information later. You're right. Putting it out on the live stream is probably not a good idea. I don't want to be accused of doxing my own kid, you know? Yes, yes, yes. I try to learn from all my past mistakes, Avery. I do. I never said I'd actually accomplish that, but I try, at least. Oh. I'm gonna go back over that with some white, or with the not white, but the with the eraser later. Hey, Jason, how's it going, man? I thought you might have abandoned me because I was running late. I was having camera problems. I know, likely excuse, but I was running late because of it. That's Charlie chiming in. Oh, very nice. Oh, I think that sounds like Michael. Be very curious to know what he's doing. He called me right before the stream and I missed the phone, and I tried calling him back and he didn't answer, and I called him back multiple times and he still didn't answer, so I figured he probably still has his phone off from the movie. Oh, don't I wish. You guys want to hear a funny story? This happened. I was driving in the car with my wife, and we were on our way somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I guess it really doesn't matter. But I needed to call Michael, and I pulled out my phone. Of course, I was driving, so I really shouldn't have been doing it. But I brought up my favorites, and I went to hit the button for Michael, which is just the letter M. And it started to ring, and then a young lady answered the phone. And my first thought that ran through my mind was, how do you know my son? And then, yay! Turns out I had actually hit the number directly underneath the M, which was the O for O'Charlie's. And when the girl said, hello, thank you for calling O'Charlie's, welcome, Free Pie Wednesday, it kind of killed it for me. Because I was so happy. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I can't wait to meet this young lady and find out what she's doing with my son's phone. And turns out, never even called him. Sad, huh? Yes, absolute epic fail. But luckily I realized what I did before I said, how do you have my son's phone, you know? And yeah. It was the female voice, the young female voice, and that took me by surprise. And to be honest, had she just said hello, my first thought would have been, oh my gosh, who's this young lady that has my son's phone? But luckily, believe it or not, I actually heard what she said and was able to take a moment and take a breath to think about it and not totally embarrass myself, other than by saying, oh, sorry, wrong number, and hanging up. Oh. This beastie is very ugly looking. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably very true, Jason. Both he and his sister are very good about filling my wife in on things such as that. They don't necessarily tell me diddly squat, so and I'm okay with that. As long as the important things are told to the wife and she's in the loop, I'm okay with it. Now, I would normally scan this in and then do the background, but because this whole page is literally background, I'm going to go ahead and just start working on it. Give me half a second, I'll be right back. Listen to some music for a minute. has a home number. I don't know. All right. It's not loud enough. That's halfway up now. It wasn't Mike, by the way. I'm turning this down a little bit. It wasn't Mike, by the way. It was the TV. Which reminds me, while I'm doing this, I'm going to call the little shit again. Because he's making me worry about him. Hey, it's your dad again, calling you back. I missed your call. Give me a call back and let me know what's up, okay? Bye. Yeah, I know, but when he left here, he was going straight back to my sister's place where he's house sitting and dog sitting, and he called me what felt like sooner than it would have taken him to get home, which made me concerned and worried. Maybe he's in a car accident or some crap like that, and, you know, my dad head is just spinning out of control trying to figure out what's going on and what's happened, and the fact that he's still not returning my call most likely means when he left the theater with his mother, he continued to leave his phone on vibrate, so he doesn't even realize it's ringing. He does that a lot when he's done with work. He'll forget that he left his phone on silent, and it just ticks me off when I'm trying to call the kid. Yeah, don't I wish. Well, you know, that was another thing I thought he might be calling to tell me, because he actually called to let me know that he went by Toys R Us and they still haven't started clearancing anything out yet. I thought maybe he might be going by there again. And now that's important, you know. That's something you need to call and tell your dad about, you know. Screw girls, you know. Forget them. Find good clearance sales at Toys R Us when they're going out of business. That's worth calling your dad and telling him about, you know. Did you hear the founder of Toys R Us just passed away like yesterday? It's like, man, he sees the people running his company that he started, what, 80 some odd years ago? I don't think it was he was 86 or 87, so he probably started it 50 or 60 years ago, and they've run it into the ground. Which is really sad. You know, if they had it at a good sale, I'd buy them. Avery, didn't you know Rose Tico's better than Boba Fett? Start a flame war on my live stream. What? What are you talking about, you crazy man? Yeah, I know. I saw the videos. I don't really care. I'm still going to go see Solo. I still want to see it. I like the preview. I like the look of the characters. And as long as they give me a good movie, I'll be happy. Well, I always remind myself that the prequels weren't made for you and me and Jason, Avery. They were made for my son, and he loved them. He loved Darth Maul. Darth Maul is one of his all-time favorite characters. He loved General Grievous. He thought General Grievous was awesome. You know, these movies are not for us. They're for a whole nother generation. Bunch of millennial crazies. Oh yeah, 2 and 3 were my favorites. I like both of those. 1 is very hard to watch nowadays. Very, very difficult to watch. Just because the acting was so horrible. But then again, so was the original one. Luckily I scanned this page, because I just really smeared the hell out of that one. I scanned what I had done so far, so I should be able to save this. Yeah, I could easily see you being Jar Jar fan, Jason. Alright, here's the question. Jason now, do you own a Jar Jar Pop? And be truthful. Be truthful with us, because I'll admit, we have Jar Jar action figures. I have a complete set of the Episode 1 figures when they first came out. Me and Mike went to the store, we bought them all. We got them all, we loved them. But the question is, do you have a Pop? Nope. I think Jason's lying. I'm fairly certain I remember seeing one when I was up there. Yeah, Mike was telling me, we were talking about Lego sets, and I asked him prior to the Avengers Infinity War one, what was the biggest set we owned, or that he had bought and put together, and he said it was the Gungan ship from Episode 1, which I remember that one. It was actually pretty big. Man, I'm getting tired. Yeah, I know. So have either of you guys seen the latest Deadpool trailer, the new one that has the members of X-Force in it? I'm not sure who they all are, but might potentially be cringeworthy. Still gonna go see it, but you know me, I'll probably see it for free anyway, so it doesn't really matter. My opinion does not matter. I think I mentioned, Jason, I think I mentioned this on Avery's live stream after my live stream finished up Wednesday when it was just me and Todd there, is that I'm trying to convince you to start a movie review section of YouTube of my videos with me. Because I need somebody. Because, as Avery would probably tell you, my opinion on movies sucks. And see, I recognize that fact, you know? I understand it. I'm totally aware of it. That's why I'm more than willing to bring on someone else to help, you know, carry the intellectual load necessary to do movie reviews. I don't want Avery to do it. I'd love to have him chime in, but he couldn't be my, you know, my number one go-to guy for movies because he thinks they all suck. Every single one of them. Avery's the old man curmudgeon of the group, you know. It's all horse crap. And in most cases, he'd be right. That's right, see? No, I don't like everything, but I do enjoy a lot. I don't know. I think my thing about movies and comics and entertainment is I enjoy being entertained, and even if it's a small, minuscule amount of entertainment, I'm still happy with it. I try to go into movies with very low expectations, and in most cases when I do that, I'm usually pleasantly surprised and enjoy myself. Jason, that is a totally unfair statement there. You can't say you don't like Pitch Perfect if you've never watched it. And I know you've never watched it. I am very entertained. And you can't say 50 Shades wasn't good either. I know you've never watched those yet either. Oh, I gave mine up years ago, dude. Come, please, give me a break. I accepted that fact many, many, many moons ago. I'm okay with that, too. You keep on keeping on, dude. Oh, Avery, I meant to tell you this. I know you watched my Damage 3 review, where I pointed out that Tony Daniels, this was the last issue he's on. They're giving it over to other artists for the next couple issues, at least so far. Turns out the same exact thing's happening with Silencer. John Romita Jr. is off as of issue 3, I believe. I'm like, oh, that's going to kill that title for me, but we'll have to see. I remember seeing the name of the person that's replacing him. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. I may have to make a video about it. You know? But I think the guy that's doing Sideways, I know he's on at least through issue 5, because I checked the solicitations in issue 5. Ivan Reis, I don't know if he's completely off, but he's not on issue 4 of the Terrifics. It's that guy Doc Shaner, whatever his name is on issue 4. So we're not going to get any long, extended runs of the artists that we're enjoying. But we'll have to see how it goes. Alright, guys. I think... Oh, whoa. I forgot I was going to... Just like Star Wars movies, right? You know what? Where is that? see if this effect works the way I want it to. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Alright. Before I screw this one up any more than I already have, I'm going to call it a day with this one. We just passed the 1 hour mark, so I streamed for at least an hour, even though I only worked for maybe 40 minutes of it. Oh, I'm still satisfied. I'm just looking at this one from afar, making sure I'm okay with it, and I think I am. I have some foreground characters that are going down here, but this is a pretty cool page. I'm not going to worry about that smudging there. But overall, I'm happy with it. What do you guys think? Yes! Yes! Thank you! Thank you, Avery! Alright, guys. I'm wrapping it up now. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Avery, you going to start a stream afterwards? 'Cause I'll jump on if you're going to. You can't trust Jason to stick around, so... All right. Thank you, Jason. Oh, my printer won't turn on. All right, guys. Oh, all right, well... I think I'm going to bed early tonight, then. Take it all easy. Have a good night. Oh, go watch your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Jason. And we'll do this again on Monday. Later, guys.